Welcome, Simsbury sports fans, to Simsbury Community Media Summer 2025 edition of Inside Trojan Football, where we provide viewers with a closer look at the Simsbury High School football program throughout the season. I'm Roger Coombes, and in this show, I'm excited to introduce the new football coach, Vincent Guiel, who has taken over the Trojan reins from Dave Masters, who had a 10-year run as head coach after many seasons as an assistant. In this show, we will review the 2024 season, discuss some off-season activities of the program, and then we will look at the upcoming 2025 campaign under first-year coach Vinnie Guiel. Vin, thanks for coming out, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Great to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Thought this would be a really nice opportunity to introduce you to the community. We get a lot of folks who view the coaches' shows as well as our 5 home games that we do. Vin, real quick, last year, as you know, 2024, we had a 2-8 season. We won a nice home game against Conard, and I believe we beat Platt on the road. We had 5 all-conference players. Gilly Baxter, he was the center, one of my favorite players. That's a tough position. Brendan Conley, Max Konopka, who's coming back for you as a rising junior. Patrick Matisic, unbelievable quarterback season. I don't think he missed a down, Vin. He was a warrior. He is, and he played basketball and baseball as well. And then Sean Mentz. So a nice group of kids, big program, Vin. I think there was 120 players in the program last year. Take some time, Vinny. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your playing career, and your past coaching experience.
Right. So I went to West Springfield High School in Massachusetts. I graduated in 2012. I played football, wrestling, and lacrosse. Pretty much right after high school, I went to Stick for a little bit. And I kind of really got into coaching. I was coaching freshman football at West Springfield with the coaches who were coaching me, Chad Labonte and all those guys. And after that, I went to, it's kind of a long story. I went to a school called Dean Tech in Holyoke High, or in Holyoke, Mass. Coached there for 2 seasons. That school ended up closing down, and I went over to Holyoke High. I was the offensive coordinator at Holyoke High, and from there, I went and got my first head coaching position at Smith Voc. At the time, it was their 3rd season in existence. They were a brand new program. They had only won 2 games. With me leading, coming up into that spot. And then pretty much right after that, I had my firstborn son, Braxton. And it was quite a hike. I was living in Avon, Connecticut at the time.
Wow.
So I was going from Avon to Northampton, Massachusetts.
Wow.
And all the way back. So that wasn't, something I could sustain,
Sure.
Full time. And then I went back to West Springfield in 2019, actually, where I was the offensive line coach there. We had a super successful season. I learned a lot that year, kind of coaching with the coaches that coached me. I mean, I did a little bit when I was, right out of high school as a freshman, but I was kind of off, kind of doing my own thing with the freshmen. They kind of gave me the reins to that. Mm-hmm. But really kind of, watching my coaches, how they prepared for games, how they broke down film. That was kind of a big turning point in my coaching career, was coaching, under them, the same coaches that coached me. And then I got the Amherst job. Funny story, I'm coaching at West Springfield in 2019. We made it to the Western Mass playoff game for the state qualifier. Yeah. And I'm coaching at West Springfield, and the team we play in the finals was Amherst. And Amherst blew the doors off of us. They beat us 52 to nothing at the time. Then the next year, that spot opened up, and I ended up going over to coach with Coach Dublin, who is now my defensive coordinator. He hired me on there to run the offense. And when Coach Dublin stepped down, I took over, and I've been at Amherst ever since. So, yeah, it's been I've been a little bit of a journeyman in the coaching
Sure.
realm.
Not unusual.
No, but yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited that I get an opportunity to coach in Simsbury. Another funny story is in 2019, I think you guys had won your first. Simsbury was really good,
We
right?
beat Cheshire in the Snow Bowl.
Right. They won. It was like the first playoff game in
First
quite some time.
playoff game in school history.
School history.
First win, playoff win.
Right. So in that year, I was living in Simsbury at the time, and I went to a game. And it's a small world. It's funny how things come full circle. And I remember going to a game to watch as I was coaching at West Springfield, and I was blown away with the atmosphere. I was like, this is such I would love to get my hands on something like this one day. Wow. And fast forward a couple years later, here I am.
Wow. That was a great game, Vin. We had like 2 feet of snow, and it took, Coach Pinney had to hire some contractors from Massachusetts to plow the field, plow the student area and the fans. It got delayed like twice.
Right.
And it was amazing. We call it the Snow Bowl because it's on SCM. And it was amazing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, then we went on and played Newtown in the semifinals. And that was really touching because they had a bunch of players that were in that horrible, tragic shooting at Newtown High School in 2012. And here these guys are all seniors and juniors. It was really something else again. And then they went on to win the state championship. It was rainy and foggy, and it was like something from the heavens. This kid made a winning touchdown catch, and you could barely see it in all the fog. And they won that state championship. And then COVID the next year.
I know, yeah.
But we were 9-1 that year, Vin.
Yep.
And we had some real good skill players coming back for the 2020, but as you know, all shut down. That was brutal.
Yeah.
But you know what? Everyone was in the same boat, so no excuses on the next few years.
Right.
Hey, great story. Coach Dubs was your head coach?
Football is a crazy game. Coach Dublin, he hired me originally at Amherst. He had taken over as the head coach at Amherst. He hired me and brought me on, me and Coach Zach LeBeau, to run his offense. So we ran his offense that year, and then when he had to step down, he actually started the program at Springfield International Charter School. So he left Amherst to go start that program. When he left, I took over, and then, fast forward a couple years, and now he's coaching under me. It's just awesome.
And that's a great segue, Coach G. Let's talk about your staff, and we'll get some pictures of each one so folks know. They'll recognize some, but I love how you have a mix of your crew from Amherst mixed in with some really good guys from Simsbury who I love and have coached and seen, and they all have played for the Trojans, kind of like you when you were at West Springfield, a former player. I love that stuff. Yeah. So we got Coach G right there. That looked like an old picture. I think that was from Smith.
No, that photo was me coaching at West Springfield.
At West Springfield, even before Smitty.
Yeah.
That's funny.
West Springfield.
Yeah, that's great. All right, then we already talked about Zach a little bit, but let's talk about your new offensive coordinator from Amherst Regional, Zach LeBeau.
So Zach LeBeau and I started coaching together at Smith Vocational, actually. His dad was the defensive coordinator the same year I was the offensive coordinator. And another full circle type of story is me and Coach Zach played in the Chowder Bowl together in high school. He played for Belchertown High School. Wow. I played for West Springfield High School. And the Chowder Bowl was a charity game for Shriners Hospital where the western part of the state plays the eastern part of the state. And we're playing in the Chowder Bowl together. Fast forward, 5-6 years, and we're coaching together. Zach's one of my best friends on earth, man. I love Zach to death. Awesome offensive coordinator.
Wow.
He scores a ton of points. He's versatile. His preparation's good, and I'm happy to have Zach on staff for sure.
That's awesome. Another one of your guys, we got Dubs, Mike Dublin, the new defensive coordinator who you briefly touched on with regard to your past experiences and him being head coach when you were the OC. Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool how things kind of switch a little bit. I called Dublin. I want to say this very clearly.
Yeah. Coach
Dublin is probably the best football coach that I know. His ability to see something, break it down, and then put it on the field, get the kids to buy into what we're doing defensively. It's something special. So I'm super excited to have him. He's my right hand man a little bit. You know, this kind of stuff. He's a vice principal, so he's very organized and whatnot. So I kind of lean on him a little bit for that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Good mix.
Yep.
I love it. And then your special teams, Cash. How do you pronounce his last name?
Cash Narain.
Narain.
Yep.
Nice. And his special teams, it's interesting you recruited a special teams coach. That's an important function, isn't it, Coach?
So it's a funny story with Cash. When Mike had to step down at Springfield International, he became the interim head coach at Springfield International.
Cash did? Wow.
Yep, Cash. So Cash was the head coach over there for a little bit. He's a D-line guy. He's our D-line coach, our special teams coach.
I see.
He played football at Windsor.
Wow,
Really?
Another Windsor High.
Yeah, Windsor High. And he knows, similar to Mike, he's like a savant with the defensive line. I've never met anybody who knows more about that position than Coach Cash.
Yeah.
So lucky to have him.
Did he play for the coach that just resigned? I meant to mention that. Yeah, he was legendary coach.
Yeah, he coached
and he became vice principal. So he had to step down. His son is taking over.
Yeah. Fleeting, I think?
Yeah, yes.
Fleeting,
yes. That's a good story, too.
Yeah,
That's
so he
really
played
cool.
for him.
All right, then we move in to some guys coming back. We got Zach Gilbert, all-state receiver, all 5'9", 135 pounds.
Yep.
The kid had lightning speed and stick-em hands.
Right.
I loved watching this kid play. Friends with his dad and I went to high school. His grandfather and I went to high school together. Great guy. You got Zach as co-JV coach.
Yeah, so I hit up Penny early on, Jeff Penny, who
Our AD,
was the athletic director, and I asked, I said, hey, can I get a list of people like who coached last year? So I got the list, and I'm calling everybody, and I kind of made my decision based off those conversations. Zach was on board right away. I knew that he played a little bit receiver. He was
a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
And I knew he coached receiver last year.
Yes, he did.
So we're not two platooning this year. So we have everybody's playing both sides of the ball.
I love it.
So I was looking for somebody to have in the defensive back where he could kind of help Blair out, and then him and Kobe can run JV and the receivers together. So I'm happy to have him.
That's awesome. Good segue, Coach G, right into Kobe Chase. Was a great basketball player. I love these two. They're the younger guys on your staff. Yeah. They're buddies. Great guys.
Yeah. Kobe's about 7 feet tall. So when I first met him, he came walking. I said, hey, the basketball meeting's that way. But I'm happy to have Kobe too. Both of them, the young guys, but both have a ton of experience.
That's
too,
interesting.
and both have a ton of knowledge about
He's
the
going to be
position.
co-JV coach with Zach.
Yep.
That's
both
cool.
of them. And they're both the unit leaders for receivers as well.
Awesome. Yeah, Kobe was a good wide receiver. Yeah, and then a new guy, not familiar, Mark Woof. Yeah. And I can see that in this picture, that's the Simsbury Youth football jersey.
Yep.
So he coached there, and I believe Mr. Penny, Jeff Penny, told me this morning his son is a freshman, will be a freshman at Simsbury.
Yeah, so Mark, he's the head freshman coach. He was involved with the youth program for quite some time, last couple of years, I believe. So having him come up with those freshmen and that freshman class is so valuable. He's been super helpful as well.
Wow.
He Division I football player, played Division I football at Liberty.
Is that right?
Yep.
Wow.
He was born in Canada, played Canadian football, then came down and played Division I tackle at Liberty. So
I love it.
Wealth of knowledge.
That sounds good. That's a nice transition for those youth players to come on up and have Coach Wolf.
Yep.
I love it. And he'll be on the sidelines with you on Friday nights.
Yeah. That's the plan. Yeah, he'll be around a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just tough because we're going to practice at different times.
Yeah.
So because right after school, the freshmen are going to practice. So I don't know his availability, but what I do know is that he's been extremely helpful. Anything I've asked from him, he's done right away.
Nice.
So super happy to have Wolf on.
Love it. Then moving along, we go to Mike Fury. Mike, I believe, was a defensive coordinator last year. He's going to be an assistant. What function do you see Mike have?
So he's going to help. Fury's going to help out Wolf with the freshmen. So he's going to call the defense on freshmen. I believe Wolf is going to call the offense on the freshman squad. He's also going to be in the booth with us. Fury is going to be our booth guy this year. So he's going to help out in that role as well.
He was up there. He's always been up there.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's good.
So he's somebody who he's actually been extremely helpful as well. He learned the defense real quick from Dublin, and he's been helping the kids out. And so I'm happy to have him. The staff that we have is honestly, in all my years of coaching, with the mix of the guys that I have brought in from what Dave Masters built at Simsbury, like props to Dave because he has some really good coaches.
Definitely.
And he's done a great job kind of facilitating these guys. So it was a really easy decision for me. They're bought into the system of Simsbury. They're bought into the culture. So, I'm super happy to have these guys on board.
Because there are changes, Coach G. You're not going to run the platoons. Dave experimented with that last year, and you have different offensive and defensive schemes, and that's an adjustment.
Yep.
And having your guys from Amherst come in to help these fellas who all are former Trojan players. We talked about that earlier, Coach Vinnie and I off screen, and I love that stuff. All right, wrapping up, you got Fogues. Great baseball and football player. Went to Ithaca College, had a great athletic career there. Great guy to retain.
Yeah, he was the first coach that I hired, actually. Coach.
You're smart.
Yeah, Coach Fogues.
Yeah.
I called him, and he was on board right away. I could immediately tell he was a football guy.
Yeah.
So that was a super easy hire there. Me and him, another funny story. Me and him are actually going to coach youth football this year, flag football.
Oh, with your boys.
Yeah, so both of our boys are going to be on the same team.
On the same team? Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Hopefully with the Jaguars. That's that'd be cool. Yeah. It's Fogues' favorite team.
That'll be a little more lower key, I think.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And then we got Will Hearn. This is pretty cool, Vin. You shared with me. He was your former high school teammate at West Springfield.
Yep. So Hearn and I have been coaching wrestling together for about as long as I can remember. My first wrestling job ever, he was with me. I went to high school with Will. I've known Will since we were in 8th grade.
Wow.
Love Will to death. He's going to be the quarterback coach this year. He coached football at Enfield for a little bit. So happy to have him on board. We both work together. It's like we're a married couple.
Wow.
We work together at the same spot. We coach 3 sports together. So I'm with him more than I am my fiance. So it's
Because you're a wrestling coach as well?
And a softball coach. So we coach.
Wow.
Yeah, so we coach. Now we're going to be coaching football, wrestling, and softball.
I
together.
love that.
Yeah,
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Sean Ritter,
Yeah.
another guy, big guy, love him. Really just a Dave Masters disciple. Great guy.
Yeah, I love Ritt. He's another one. I met him early on. We went out for lunch, talked some football. Another easy hire for me. Anytime you get people who are invested not only in football but in the kids the way that he is, he really loves the kids. The kids like him, and he made it really clear that he wanted to be a part of the program.
Love it. Yeah, he eats, drinks, and sleeps football. He loves it, and he gets along. The kids love him. The players
and he has
love
so
him.
much experience. He coached everywhere.
Yeah, he does.
He coached in California at some point. He's been doing this a long time. So it's especially early on. Him in Dublin have kind of been the guys who I'm kind of like leaning on when I have a question about something this early or like something we're going to install. So I'll ask them and
love it.
Yeah,
love it. Then the last two, really some of my favorites. Blair Zentek, coached him in Little League, Babe Ruth, travel baseball. Real good friend of my son. Two great brothers and father. The Zentek family, they're the best. He's a friend of mine, Blair.
Yeah, so Blair's going to coach running backs and defensive backs this year. Blair's awesome guy. Again, all these guys were super easy to hire. It was never, every time I talked to them, they made it really clear right away that they wanted to be a part of something special. And they loved the community. They loved the team. Him and Christian were, I talked to them kind of like one right after the other. And it was just easy hires. I love those guys. And I love the staff that we built, man.
And they both graduated in 2013. They were teammates together.
Yep.
Blair he was all league, all Little East at Plymouth State.
Yep.
D-back, and he returned punts and kicks. He holds some records for returns up at Plymouth.
Yeah.
And then Christian Kylide, he had a great career at Union. He was a beast on the O-line, I believe.
Yeah, so he's going to be our offensive line coach. Another guy who kind of early on, when we're on paper setting stuff up how we want to block certain fronts, his ability to kind of see it through the offensive line coach lens is always good. So he's been super helpful that way. He's going to assist Cash with the D line, and those two have been working really well together. So one does the offensive line, Cash assists, and then on defense, Cash is the unit leader, and Christian assists. So they've been working good together. I'm happy to have them on board.
Vinny, will this be the coaching staff moving forward? No more additions?
Nope, this is it.
I love it. I love it. That's a great mix, too.
Yeah, I love
You
it.
did a great job recruiting your guys.
Thank you.
That's huge.
It's big.
And then everyone gets along. You got to love it.
And it was really apparent right away. The first time we met, I was like, this is going to be, you know, when the whole staff met together, the Mass guys and the Connecticut guys.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't want it to look like that. Right. I didn't want it to be, and it was very apparent right away that like, hey, we're here to coach football.
Sure.
We're here to build something special. So.
Yeah. Love it. Moving along, summer lifts, summer workouts. You and I talked a little bit about it. Football is amazing to me. Just how much work goes into everything. And so you guys, is it 4 days a week lifting?
Yep. We're going 4 days a week.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, the kids are working hard. And it's weird, like, you know, I do want to say, like, coming in here, like, shout out to Dave Masters, for real. Like, he did, he did such a good job. I've been to places before, Smith Voke and other places where I had to build the culture from the ground up. That means getting kids to lifts, getting kids to buy into going to lifts, you know, starting a booster club, all those things.
Yeah.
So coming here year one, it's a breath of fresh air to kind of have that foundation of a culture set where we're invested in the community, where kids are showing up to lift 4 days a week. And I'm not really trying to build that, to try to press the importance of them. Like, they know what the importance of going to these lifts are. And they're showing me that they want to do it. Konopka's been running, Steve Konopka's been running the summer lifts for us. He's been doing a phenomenal job. He's, you know, obviously his son plays. His son's a phenomenal wrestler.
Top in New England.
Yep. And it's another weird story too. It's like, I just feel like this was like oddly meant to be. Like, I'm at New England's a year ago. I think it was Max's freshman year.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this kid wrestle and I'm saying, like, who is that? Where did he come from? Where did that kid come from? You know what I mean? And then fast forward, I get a chance to coach him in football. So
that's really
it's exciting. Steve's been nothing but anything that I've asked, anything that he's needed from me. We've had a great relationship so far. I'm super happy to have him doing what he does, because finding a strength and conditioning coach where the coaches don't actually need to run the program, where I'm from and the places that I've coached, that doesn't happen often. Right. So to have him in there doing that stuff.
Professional. He's
a
a professional.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's tough. And he gets him out on the field. I see him with resistant bands and doing all kinds of stuff.
I'd rather nobody do it than him, honestly.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he does a good job.
That's awesome. And then you had some nice stuff, Vinny. You guys, just last week, I love that picture. Let's look at that picture of you guys went to the 7-on-7 at AIC in Springfield, and you won it.
Yep. So I've been going to that 7-on-7 for quite some time. I went there with Amherst. They do a really good job out there. It's probably one of the better 7-on-7 you know, in New England, honestly. It's called Air It Out Academy, and it's run by under the Excel umbrella, which is a football training facility or program in Massachusetts, and they do a good job. We had the tournament, and we won the whole thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
How many teams there?
20-something.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams, and we go every Tuesday. Then your record decides how you get seeded in the playoffs, and then we got seeded. We were the 7 seed, and we won the whole tournament.
7-on-7. I don't have a lot familiar with it. Is it most just receivers, running backs, and a center?
No, yeah. So you have a center snap the ball.
Yeah.
And then it's just passing.
Just passing.
You can only pass the ball. This one, in the Manchester one, we go to you're allowed one run. We don't ever do it because
there's like 5 receivers.
Yeah.
Wow.
So however you want to facilitate. So we run our offense. So like we'll use our spread sets like double slot trips. So we'll run our plays, and it's an awesome way to kind of get, especially coming in year one where the offense is new to the kids.
Yeah.
Like seeing the kids who have been there develop through it and learn the verbiage and learn the reads we want the quarterbacks to make and how we want the receivers to run the routes. It's awesome for that. So.
Do you have a backfield too? Do you have a couple guys starting the backfield?
Yeah,
and flare out?
you can. You'll start in the backfield. So a lot of times, like we'll have our running back for now run like a swing route or something like that. As we progress into the season, 7-on-7 obviously isn't real football, so the back is going to be involved in protection.
Sure.
But yeah, so like we use the running back as like as if we were throwing them.
Yeah, I like that spread offense. That's awesome. That sounds good. And then you got one going on right now in Manchester.
Yep.
Similar deal?
Yeah, similar deal. The rules are a little bit different, but 7-on-7 is 7-on-7. Yeah, so we go there Monday, Wednesday. The playoffs are actually tomorrow, Tuesday. So,
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be excited to see how we do there.
That's awesome. And, talking to Jeff Pinney, our AD, who I love, hardest working AD in the CCC, he said that 7-on-7 would fill one of your 2 days that you can spend with players. Does that because the new rule is 2 workouts with coaches and players for 2 hours a week.
Yep. So yeah, for the drop-in, that's one practice is going to be 7-on-7, and the other one's going to be the actual drop-in practice.
I see. And when that 7-on-7 ends, you can have 2 drop-in practices.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good stuff. We've talked a lot about your off-season schedule, Vin, but the OTAs officially start the 14th and the 15th.
Yep.
How's that different than the drop-ins or those 2 days you can practice together?
Yeah, so on the 14th, we're live. We're going. It's going to be, we're considering that to be the first day of practice.
I see.
So yeah, that'll be cool. We're going to go helmets, get the guys out there, get them started for all the way to November. So it'll be good.
Wow. And then pads come on the 23rd?
Yep, favorite day of the year. Better than Christmas. Better than Christmas, baby. Absolutely love it.
Oh, that is great.
Yep.
Does Massachusetts start that early?
Similar.
Yeah.
Maybe a week or 2 off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we go later. That's for sure.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, Connecticut does.
Connecticut does? Wow.
Connecticut goes later.
Interesting. And then you guys got your first scrimmage. I know you were talking with Bob Bromlick, our producer of SCTV Sports, about you got a couple multi-school deals coming up, or
yeah. So we got Tantascwa, a team from Central Mass, coming to do a joint practice with us with a light scrimmage at the end. That's going to be our first, real taste of another team lined up in front of us. Looking forward to that. They're a good team.
I've never heard of that town.
Yeah,
Are they some buddies of yours? Are you talking
no, we just, I wouldn't say buddies. We scrimmaged them at when I was at Amherst, rather.
Yeah.
And we just kind of every year. So I got the Simsbury job. I said, hey, I'm no longer at Amherst. You want to come down to Simsbury? They said, absolutely.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
I like that. It's someone different.
Yeah.
And just like Farmington on the 6th, we don't play Farmington.
Right.
We played them once like 5 years ago, and that was it. But you got a full scrimmage on September 6th, I believe.
The 5th, I believe. Yeah, September 5th.
Yeah.
But prior to that, we're getting on a bus and going to the best team in Massachusetts. We're going to Springfield Central to scrimmage Springfield Central, which is the best team in Massachusetts.
Wow.
Yeah, so that'll be it's the Friday after the Tantascwa practice. So,
I see.
Yeah, so going over there and
man.
getting a chance to go versus somebody who,
That's a big school,
yeah,
isn't it?
It's a huge school.
They have a good hoop team.
Yeah.
They had
Everything
a team,
they do is good.
Yeah, they had a team in the Buckley Winter League that I coached for Coach Stoma, and they were scary.
Yeah, so
and they were good.
We're going to Springfield Central to see how we stack up.
I love it.
It's a good little test.
Love it. And then the season, Coach G, we're MM. First time in I'm class of 78 from Simsbury. We've always been double LL. This year, class M. But you know what? The population of the school, they go off boys, and it's like 560 boys to 602 is class M. And then they filter in the past 3 years' records. It's not really that big of a change, Coach, I don't think, because you still got all the usual suspects you're playing.
Yeah, so, coming in to Connecticut, learning the verbiage. So, like in Massachusetts, it's Division 1 through 8. In Connecticut, Connecticut, it's class S to LL.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
when I found out that we moved to MM, I was like, oh, we just moved down, a division. But
Sure.
With that said, I do want to say, coming into Connecticut has been a fresh start for me in the sense of I'm looking forward to, because as a coach or anything you do, right, you coach somewhere long enough, you know the teams in the area, you know who you should beat, you know who might give you a tough game. I don't know anything about Fairfield Award, so
We've never played them,
right, or
It's
anybody
first
for that
time.
matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a breath of fresh air to really kind of get a fresh start and say, hey, like, I'm going to watch them on film, and that's going to be the first time that I see them, and we got to prepare for them.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know much about schools from Connecticut, truthfully. With that said, I get to look at film with no bias that, oh, I remember this kid from last year. Remember this kid from last year, this kid. So that's going to be something that I'm really looking forward to. So we could be in MMSLL. It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter. The FCC is pretty tough. Fairfield County Conference down there. They got some big schools, a lot of schools of choice that, they can grab other kids from different areas, which don't even get me started on that in basketball. But you got Windsor coming up. You got 3 home games in a row. That'll be an interesting start. Then you do have a stretch of road games.
Yeah. No, yeah. Having 3 home games in a row to open up is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
But, I think, me coming into year 1, getting those 3 games going, obviously Fairfield Ward is an extremely important game right now. We've won 3 games in 2 years, so getting that first one out of the way with a new staff and, is really important. So we're going to kind of over-prepare for Fairfield Ward, and then we'll kind of take it from there.
Yep. You got usual suspects. We played these guys in 2024, Vinnie. Windsor, Platt, Enfield, South Windsor, Conard, and Glastonbury all back on the schedule. Fairfield Ward, we never played. First home game of the season. Then we got Bristol Central. I don't remember playing them ever. In basketball we do, in baseball. And then you got Hall, East Hartford to round out the schedule. Right. So you got a mix really of double L, L, double M, really. Right. So really, I think there's like 2 double M schools. That's about it in there.
So if you look at the playoff picture,
right.
Like we're in the double M and we're playing L schools, and
right.
Maybe we'll get some points there. But again, I'm trying not to really focus on that too much, more so than really trying to over prepare for Fairfield Ward at this point.
The first game. Yeah. One thing at a time.
Yeah.
I like it. Then I wasn't sure. We talked about it briefly. Looks like you got 18 rising seniors coming back, 12 rising juniors. Some of those juniors, the sophomores, had some good key roles.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like I thought maybe 30 guys coming back. Is that about?
Yeah. We've had, and those are the guys who kind of been showing up a little bit too to drop-ins and 7-on-7. So I've got a chance to work with some of them.
Sure.
So yeah.
That sounds good. Hey, let's take a peek at just some highlights that the assistant the station manager here, Cole Manasia, put together for us. And just to give the folks at home a little, I love this. This is how we come out right here. Mm-hmm. I love this call.
2 wide left, 1 right, looking left, scrambling, gets out of trouble.
Yeah, that kid can play. That kid's a ball player.
That sounds like a professional announcer, doesn't it?
You sound good. I'll tell you that much. Good tackle there. You got him coming back.
Cole Roberts. Another guy coming back, Steph Wharton.
Steph again right there.
That's Wharton there. Yes, it was Medina was the other one. I'm sorry. He's giving the Heisman pose.
Yeah. This kid was such a playmaker, huh?
Oh, he was so good. I don't think he missed it down, and he took a lot of hits.
There's no way he got him.
Big boy, too.
Yeah, 6'3", about 185, 190. That was the game winner.
Yes.
That's a big boy kicking the ball, too.
Yeah, it is. Marshall Potter, going to UConn. Track scholarship.
Track guy, yeah.
He's got him. Yeah. Touchdown. Yeah, number 13, Alex Medina.
Funky Cole Medina, I called him. That's awesome. Hey, want to give a shout out to Bob Bromlick, who's our producer of our sports department. He put this montage together with Cole Manasia. What a great job Bob's done. I started 23 years ago doing basketball games, Vinny, with a home camera, a little camera on a little cassette tape. Fast forward, we got Bob, 35 plus years at ABC Sports at ESPN, retires 3 years ago, walks into the studio, was like, thank you, Jesus, you know? And he comes in and just taking it to a whole nother level. We got 4 cameras, 2 in the booth. His son, Will Bromlick, is a stud on the sideline, and then we got 1 on the scoreboard all the time.
Right.
And then he drops off the tape, and Cole does his magic, editing it and making us look and sound good. So big shout out there. I also want to thank you how you mentioned Dave Masters. Dave and I go way back to Little League and our boys, and he's a really good friend of mine. I actually love the guy. He's a great guy. You would get along so well with him. You guys would get along well, and I hope you do have the chance to meet in the future. Like you said, you know what? I know our record wasn't the greatest the last 3 years, and what I tell people is when these kids get out of high school and college and they start having their own families and they coach their kids, they're not going to remember all the losses. They're going to remember the unity and the bond that Coach Masters built, and just how they grew as men, boys to men. And he had that culture so good. And you touched on that and how good you feel about taking that over and using your own style, but having that foundation.
That was big, man. Masters obviously did a ton of work here. I spoke with Dave when I got hired pretty briefly. He kind of said congratulations and good luck. And if he ever wants to come down, man, Dave Masters is more than whenever he wants to stop by.
I love it. Good. You're a good dude, Vin. So I think we did talk about these guys coming back. You know, we got a good mix. I think it's going to work really, really well for you.
Yeah, we got a couple key pieces. You know, the guys who, you know, the seniors coming this year. We got Tate, Isaac, a lot of these guys, you know, who are really, you know, kind of stepped up and been leaders to the group. So happy to have those guys here. You got a quarterback coming to town.
Braden Ciano?
Yeah, Braden Ciano's coming to town. He played for Chicopee High School last couple seasons. He's coming over to Simsbury.
Love it.
He could sling the ball. So, you know.
Is he a senior?
He's a junior. He's a
even
junior.
Better.
Yep. Yeah, he's a
that's nice.
improviser type quarterback where he makes plays, you know. Sometimes he drives you a little crazy, but
a little risky.
A little risky, a little Brett Favre-ish, I call it. Where he'll hum a beautiful ball down the field and you're happy with it, but then you know he'll kind of
try to thread the needle.
But you know those are all coachable things, and you know you don't want to limit his playmaking ability by overcoaching. So we're gonna let him develop and go. I'm really excited for this season. I think that we have a chance to do some special things here. You know, I touched about it with the culture already being. You know, having that foundation for me to kind of come in and change, try to bring a more winning culture in the sense of the wins-loss columns. My goal here is when you come to play Simsbury, when the game is done, you know you played Simsbury. Like you know you were in a football game. So to create that is harder than people think from the outside looking in. But to teach that resiliency to a team, to teach, you know, kind of that never say die, where even if we are losing by 28 points, like we're going to play hard. And when you get back on the bus, my goal is for them to be like, okay, at least we don't got to do that till next year. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm excited for the season. Awesome. I think we can do some special things. We got a good staff. You know, the Booster Club's been good. The athletic director's been amazing. You know, anything I've needed from anybody so far has been awesome. I appreciate what you guys do too.
Thanks.
You know, when I first interviewed for the job, I went right to YouTube and typed in, you know, Simsbury football, and then that's the first thing I see. I'm like, wow, this is a little bit different than most places.
I love it.
Yeah, so it's awesome. I'm very happy to be here. I'm excited and.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for taking time. I'm really excited about this. We're going to get this out on Facebook. We get about 400 or 500 views, Vinny, and I think that I've got a couple of folks that have expressed that I send them our Inside Trojan Football show, and one guy has like 1,000 followers on Facebook, a former football player,
nice.
Al
Beautiful.
Ogilvy, and he'll get it out there. And we're going to introduce Coach G and the staff, and it's going to be Trojan Pride for sure.
Love it.
Well, thank you so much, Vin. This wraps up our summer 2025 edition of Inside Trojan Football here on Simsbury Community Media. As a reminder, all past games and our coaches' shows can be viewed on demand online at www.simsburytv.org. Or you can go into YouTube on your computer, just type in Simsbury Football or Inside Trojan Football. I think USC football might come up first, but scroll down, we're there, baby. Right below USC Trojans, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Also, keep in mind the Trojan football games will also be on Channel 95 here on SCTV. At this time, I would like to thank Simsbury Community Media Station Manager Patrick Fallon for all his support of the Simsbury football, Simsbury basketball, and the sports department at SCM. After 6 years here at the station, as station manager, Patrick is leaving us for an exciting new opportunity. Patrick has been instrumental in helping take the sports program to a professional level. All of us here in the sports department wish Fails success in his future endeavors. We're going to miss you, my man. Also, a shout out to Cole Manacia, editor extraordinaire here at SCM. And he's responsible for polishing up our game broadcasts and our show, as well as various other programs at Simsbury Community Media. Thank you, Big C. Coach G, thank you. Really appreciate coming out. Looking forward to meeting your assistants. You got those former Trojan football players. I'm pumped up right now. This has been phenomenal.
Awesome.
All right, Trojan Pride.
Yes, roll Trojans, baby.
For over 40 years, SCM
has been the voice of our town,
bringing us together through local programming,
education,
and live broadcasts.
SEM isn't just about television.
It's about empowering our community,
ensuring our voices are heard during government meetings,
and celebrating milestones
like our high school graduations.
But today, SEM faces a challenge.
Our funding structure is based on television subscriptions.
And it's no secret, people have been cutting the cord.
With a shift to internet-only subscriptions,
SEM receives less revenue,
even though all our programming is freely available online.
We need your support.
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 Your donation can make a difference.
It will ensure that SCM remains open,
continues to educate our youth,
and keeps our community informed.
Thanks to SCM, I've been honing my creative skills, helping me work towards my college degree.
SCM is crucial for keeping our community connected.
SCM isn't just here to broadcast local events. They're actually preserving Simsbury's history.
Join us.
Join us in preserving Simsbury's voice.
Simsbury's voice.
Together we can ensure that SCM continues to thrive
for generations to come.
Visit our website
or scan the QR code on your screen to make your donation.
Every contribution
counts.
Thank you for supporting Simsbury Community Media,
where your town,
your schools,
and your government
come together.